Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Taylor McFadden, and I am a senior at Situate High School. Today, I am joined with Jennifer Lopes, an adjustment counselor at Situate High School. We will be discussing a series of questions involved with mental health. But first, how long have you been with Situate, and what do you like most about your job?
Hello. I've been with Situate since 2011, and my favorite thing about my job is connecting with kids. I'm really grateful that kids have trusted adults in the building, and I'm really honored and privileged that they talk to me, those that do.
How has your job taught you more about others and about yourself?
I would say that I feel like both for me and for kids, that we all want to feel understood and heard and like we belong and matter. Um, and so I think that's true for me, and I've learned more and more of that as I've supported kids throughout the years. And I also think that kids and adults, again, may not remember what you said, either what your teacher said or what I said specifically, but how you made them feel. So I think those are things that kind of ring true for me day to day with kids.
Do you feel that some students are nervous to talk with you or another counselor, and why do you think that is?
I think there could be a lot of reasons for that. It could be hard for a specific kid to ask anybody for help, whether it's academic help or help with, mood or stress or whatever. And there could be a number of reasons why that may be the case. They may be worried about how the adults may respond, whether we might overreact or underreact, or feel that somebody might dismiss what their worries or concerns are. Um, and there are a million other reasons as well. Maybe they haven't had, good experiences with trusting adults in their life. They're not sure how it might play out, or maybe they don't feel like there's any value or benefit in that. So, I mean, we could go on and on and on. There are lots of reasons why kids might be reluctant.
So, how do you feel that your role allows students to feel more comfortable going to school?
I feel like because I work in a school, I could do this work outside of school and it would be very different. But because I'm inside of school, kids see me walk in the halls, come in and grab a water, or see me in kind of different capacities. So there's a familiarity. It's not necessarily like going to open up to a stranger, even if I've never met them before. It may feel like there's a certain amount of, I know who the teachers they're talking about, I know the kids they're talking about. Sometimes that can be helpful, and sometimes that might be a deterrent too. But um, so I think the familiarity is a huge piece of it, and I also think that being able to help in the moment is helpful. Sometimes kids might have outside support or therapy, and they might be feeling fine Tuesday at 4 at their scheduled appointment. But if they're having a hard time in the moment and are looking for help, there are people in the building again who are familiar and the other thing I would say is that I really, really emphasize the confidentiality piece of things for kids. I give that spiel every chance I get so they know I'm not sharing their business with other people and I'm keeping it private and confidential, and what the exceptions to that are, which are around safety, so that kids understand when I'm meeting with them, I'm not sharing their business and really following their lead in terms of what they do or don't want to do with this information, not forcing anybody to do anything.
And if you can share, what is the most common mental health issue or issues students come to you with?
I would say that there's a lot of school stress. We are in a school where there's this culture of achieving and stress for sure. That is pretty high up on the list. And I would also say anxiety and depression are probably two that are connected to that, but also separate from that as well.
And based on your experiences with students, what are some things that keep you up at night or worry you the most?
I would say the things that keep me up at night are the students that might be struggling that we know nothing about. I think we support the students that we know are struggling pretty well. The ones that really worry me are the ones that haven't come forward for help or haven't told a friend or haven't told anyone that they're really struggling. That keeps me up at night. And also, I would say if I'm worried for a kid's safety, if there is something going on, whether it's the threat of harm to themselves or that they might be hurt by somebody, that kind of stuff keeps me up at night sometimes.
And lastly, What is one thing or piece of advice you would want all students to know?
I would want them to know that our school and this world is a better place because they are in it, and that if they are struggling, things can get better. That there are people out there that can help them, even if it feels like they can't. That please, please, please try to find somebody, and if you've gone to somebody and it hasn't helped, try somebody else because maybe that wasn't the right person.
So thank you so much, Mrs. Lopes, for joining us today, and thank you all for listening.